Hey, what's good with y'all, man? This is Day Day Spirituals, man, coming back at y'all with another video. First and foremost, man, how y'all been? I hope all is well with y'all. For the most part, all is well. I've been okay for the most part. I've been still, trying to, have a prayful life. And just trying to be on top of things. Every now and then, the enemy still tries to whisper in my ear. But, you know, I realize, that he's just full of lies. And that brings me to this video. You know, just not so long ago, I was just thinking about, like, man, I'm gonna ask this question for y'all. Like, where would y'all be if it wasn't for God that was in y'all life? Like, that question for me is just it really is just so powerful, and it always brings me to like an emotional state because, like, especially like when you've went through things, that the enemy, that he had you, bound to, he had you in sinking sand. Like, he was literally like dragging you deeper and deeper and deeper until, you just felt like you just wanted to do something to yourself. And I was just thinking about that. I'm just like, man, like, because, we all go through stuff. I've been through, a few things, and, that's just such a powerful word to me. And matter of fact, that brings me to like a song. I don't know if y'all know, most of y'all probably know who Dorinda Clark Cole is, but she has a song, and specifically, and the title is, if it had not been for the Lord, like, and the song, it really is real. Like, it's a very true song. Like, and I'm just here to tell y'all, even with my personal experience, like, I really don't know where I would be if it wasn't for God's grace, God's mercy, like, just his presence, in my life, like, even when I was, struggling, in the situation that I was in, he was there, and I may couldn't have, and I know for a fact that I just didn't probably notice it back then because of, I was still, deep in my ways, I was praying, but I was still deep in my ways, and just thinking like, wow, like, but once he did dig me out of that sand and he put my feet on solid ground, I can honestly say today that that I'm not who I was, back then, and, from what I dealt with, and, I don't even have an urge to even go back to that stuff no more. So it's really, it's just so uplifting to me. And I think that's the reason why, one of the most reasons why it just brings me to like an emotional state. And even for y'all, like, I'm sure, like I said, some of y'all, I'm sure, y'all done dealt with stuff over your life, dark things, that the enemy, that the enemy had y'all bound to, that he had y'all slaved in sin, to, and, God, it's just like, God, he removed that, he broke all of that away, and now you are free. And like I said, that's powerful. That's just very, very powerful to me. And, because, again, the enemy, he loves to whisper. And the crazy thing about it, like, it's like once you've broken free, the enemy, he'll always try to whisper in your ear, telling you, telling you things that, that, um, and a lot of times the enemy tries to tell me that he tries to whisper in my ear and tells me lies like that say like, like I'm still who I was, I haven't changed. Um, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's like he'll flash memories, or try to flash like memories, past memories that, have been, I don't know, it's just like, it's a crazy thing, but again, he'll try to bring that stuff back up to make you, go back to your ways, to make you feel a type of way about, you know, what you have overcame. He'll try to bring all of that anger, all of that pain, all of that weeping, all of that, you know, just all of that, anxiety, all of that, all just all of these things that keep you from your best version. He will try to bring all of that back up again. But see, like I said, that's the end. That's just all a part of his trick, though. And the enemy, like I said, the enemy, he's just a lie. He's nothing but a lie. I mean, why else do you think that, why else do you think that, we as human beings, like, it's a bad thing to lie? A lot of times, like when we lie and do things, our God, our Savior, he looks at that as, a bad thing to do, because that's that's one of the enemy's moves that he tries to put on us, which is why, it's not such a good thing to do it, so, and that's one thing that the enemy strongly dislikes. He doesn't like truth. He doesn't like truth. That's why he tells so much lies to you when you didn't overcome your situation, because he knows that that you are not who you was. He knows that's the ultimate truth. But he tries to put all these lies and just all of this history that you've went through, that you've overcome, back into your mindset, to have you sinking in sand again, to have you feeling, bad about yourself, when even in your most weakest times, God's seen your true self. But see, and not only even that, not only did God see your true self, but he knew that you was eventually gonna break out of what the enemy was trying to have you continually sinking in. And not only even that, he knew that once you broke out of your situation, that you were gonna succeed and and bloom into your best version. And some of y'all live, and probably a lot of y'all living your best versions right now. And that's one thing. That's the number one thing that the enemy dislikes. He dislikes that. He doesn't like you to. He doesn't want you to live a good life. He wants you to. He wants you to be back the way you was. But see, the thing about the enemy is, the enemy may put us through trials. He may have us, you know, he may think, when we sink in, when he has us sink in sand, and when we're down and out, and when we just feel like giving up, throwing in the towel, he thinks that he has us in his grip. But when we call on God and we ask for his strength, his mercy, and when we ask God to help us bring out, or get us out of the situation that the enemy has put us through, we come out stronger than ever. And that's another thing, when the enemy tries to remind you of of your past life, only thing you gotta do, and I know sometimes I even forget to do this, you just gotta remind him of his future, and his future is to fail. That's always gonna be his future. That is his number one that is his number one thing. He's always gonna fail. With God on our side, he will never win. He will never win against you. He will never win against nothing. Like it's like no competition. He's no competition to God. So like I said, the enemy, like I said, a lot of times he thinks that he wins, because again, he has us, he has us in a tight grip, but once we break out of his grip, we come back stronger than ever. Because what he put us through, what we struggle with, during our past, really only made us stronger. And that could be a reason why, like for some people, a lot of people always ask, like, why am I going through these? Why am I going through certain situations? Why am I going through this? I shouldn't be going through this. A lot of times we go through stuff, like I said, everything's for a reason, and a lot of times we go through things to make us stronger. So, and I don't know, I just happened to just really just thinking about that. Just like, wow, like for real. Like what would I truly be if it wasn't for him? And, and I'm by all means, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. Goodness, I'm grateful. Because, like I could still be the same way. God could have left me, in a certain state, to where I was weak, but nah, I mean, he picked me up. The more I prayed, he continued to pick me up and he dug me out, and that to me is just powerful, So, don't get me wrong, I mean, I still go through things, but, as long as I have my faith, and that's another thing that the enemy doesn't want you to have. He doesn't want you to have faith in God, because once you have faith in God and you don't worry, and you know that everything is going to be okay, it's going to be fine. But, when you don't have that faith and you're not putting that faith into work, the faith, like it says in the word, without work, faith is dead, and, it takes it takes effort, it takes work, it takes that work for you to put into faith so that faith can then be in use for your life. So that you can prosper into being your greatest version. So that you can have a greater relationship with God, a stronger relationship with God like never before. And that's what the enemy doesn't want you to have. So, I don't know, y'all. Just, the stuff that I just be, that's just something that I just really just thought about, tonight. And I don't know, I just kind of just wanted to share with y'all, just kind of just put on my heart. Just to, just always just be grateful, for God, like He is our true light, our strength, our shield of protection, and I'm just very, very just grateful. So, and I just hope that y'all are too, like, and I just hope, and I just, for anybody that's watching this, for any situation that y'all may be going through, understand that you can get through it. This is not the end of the road for you. That's what the enemy has been trying to implant in your mind, but it's not the end of the road for you. It's not. You have the power to break any shackle that the enemy tries to put on you, as long as God is by your side. Always remember that. Always keep that with y'all. greater is to come, for anything that you're struggling with, any type of addiction, whether it be alcohol, whether it be lust, whether it be through a bad breakup, whether it be through a injury or anything, you will get through it. If God brought me out of what I was going through, He'll do the same for you. And that's just, bro, that's real talk, So, just kind of just wanted to just keep y'all encouraged, cause I ain't gonna lie, sometimes, we just need that extra encouragement, that just a boost sometimes, just to keep us encouraged, cause the enemy tries so hard to, have us, not trusting God, to lose that faith, to just lose, just that, that trust in, just to lose that trust in God, Yeah, I mean, life is a test every day. And, He tries to put us through that test each and every day. He was testing me not so long ago through a certain situation to which, I overcame and I did it. He didn't stop me, but He tried to stop me. And if I'm honest with y'all, I was kind of considering it, but I didn't. I couldn't. I had to just, I had to keep going, and so, that's the main key, just like I said in my other video, I had to go through that green light. If I would have been stopped at red, ain't no telling what would have happened, so, but anyways, man, I don't want this video to be too long. Just something that I just felt, man, and I just really just pray for y'all, and I just pray that y'all just stay safe out here, but yeah, just a little encouragement, man. I just pray that y'all just stay encouraged, that y'all just be blessed, and I appreciate y'all, man. I'll catch y'all on my next video, man. Day Spirituals, man, signing out.